Today I'm going to be reviewing Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. Donkey Kong Country was released by Rare in 1994, published by Nintendo. Rare was signed up by Nintendo for one of their Dream Team companies. They were one of 3 companies Nintendo signed up. Over the years, Rare went on to make some amazing games for the Super Nintendo and the N64, such as GoldenEye, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, and many more like Perfect Dark. Rare and the release of Donkey Kong pushed Nintendo's sales to the limit that they overtook Sega in 1994 and won the console wars of the 90s between the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. Donkey Kong Country is the comeback game for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong lost its popularity after its early release in the 1980s with its arcade game, and was not really much of a character for Nintendo, but Rare successfully brought the character back and made it a success again, and now Donkey Kong is one of Nintendo's biggest characters and biggest selling characters of all time. So let's talk a little bit about the game. This game's graphics were nothing but outstanding when it was released in 1994. A lot of people the year before was hyping up the Super Nintendo with the release of Star Fox using the FX chip. With this game, Rare used nothing but the power of the Super Nintendo, and the graphics were nothing but outstanding. They outshined nearly every single game on the console from 1994 to the death of the console later on. Nothing beat that. Even Yoshi's Island 2, what used the FX chip, didn't come close to Donkey Kong's graphics. Now let's talk about one of the unique things on Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country introduces to a new character called Diddy Kong, which is Donkey Kong's mate, pretty much similar to Sonic and Tails or Mario and Luigi. But the unique thing on this game, what does much better what Sega didn't do with Sonic and Tails and Nintendo didn't do with Mario and Luigi, is Donkey Kong can tag Diddy Kong in at any time, at any point of the game, and then your player 2 can then take control of the game and go forward from there. And if he wants to, he can tag you back in any time as well. So that makes the game unique, makes the game one of the best 2-player platform games of all time, if not the best 2-player platform game of all time. The game starts off with you on a map. It's very similar to the Mario World map, where you basically complete a level, then you go forward in the map until you get to the next level, and you continue that until you complete the game. Another cool thing about this game is you can save it at any given point. You also have access to continues, and one of the really cool things on this game is you get access to animals, such as frogs, ostriches and rhinos. These animals can help you through the levels, such as rhinos can just push through things and kill enemies when just running at them. So these animals are also very cool. There's loads of secrets, wars and secret bonus stages you can find on the game. You can collect red balloons, you can collect the letters, what then spell the word Kong and give you more stuff. So this game is very good. There's lots of stuff to find out, lots of secrets to find out. There's other ways to get through the level, like you can go on top of the level and find cannons that will launch you through the level quicker and collect more bananas, all this kind of stuff. So the level design was very well thought out. Levels vary from cave levels to forest levels to snow levels, and even I think this one is more like an Aztec Mexican kind of level. But yeah, the level design is fantastic. The game plays very well. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong both handle differently, but both handle very well. Such for example, Diddy Kong will be able to run faster and jump faster, or further shall I say, than Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's jumping ability is not as good as Diddy's, and he is slower, but he is more powerful than Diddy Kong. So they both have their advantages. One of the most famous levels and best levels on the game is when you're in a car and you have to dodge all obstacles and jump the holes to complete the level. This is a very cool level. It runs at a very nice pace for Super Nintendo, pretty fast, and it's very skillful to do as well, because you've got to make sure you're looking very far ahead at all times to make sure you don't get hit by the obstacles or miss any of the jumps. Overall, Donkey Kong Country is a world-class platform game and is definitely one of the best games for the Super Nintendo. I would even give it better than Mario World. It is an all-time classic game for the Super Nintendo. The graphics are amazing, the level design is amazing, and Diddy and Donkey Kong handle very well. There's no complaints there. Also with this game, you'll find yourself that it does take a little bit of skill. You can't just run through the levels like Sonic the Hedgehog and complete the game. It does take skill, and one hit by an enemy will kill you. So you got to make sure you have a little bit of skill to complete this game. It's a fantastic game. It is made by British developer Rare, and this game is very much underrated in terms of Super Nintendo games. I think there's a lot of people out there who put this game far back their top 10 list on YouTube, where with me this will be right up the top, if not the very top of my top 10 Super Nintendo games, because this is one of the best. And it shows that Nintendo wasn't necessarily the forefront of their console, and they wasn't the only people that sold their console. It is actually British developers Rare that helped push the sales of the Super Nintendo and the N64. I'm going to rate Donkey Kong Country a 9 out of 10 because it's simply one of the best platform games you're ever going to play on any format, and the graphics at the time were just nothing but outstanding. And above all that, it was made by British developers Rare, what proved that British people can make just as good games as anybody else. So thank you for watching my video, hope you enjoy, see you next time for some more awesome videos.